All right. Good morning and welcome to Southern Cross University's Open Day. Thank you for joining us for our panel for engineering. My name's Claudia. I'm part of the Future Students team here at Southern Cross and will be your host today. Before we begin, I'd like to acknowledge that we are on the lands of the Bundjalung Nation today and pay my respects to the elders past, present and emerging. So we're here today to share insights about studying engineering at Southern Cross. It's a 25-minute panel and will allow for 5 to 10 minutes at the end for any questions. So today I am joined by our academic representative, Dr. Mustafa Ukgul, who is a lecturer here in the Faculty of Science and Engineering. Our industry representative, Ben Goll, who is a director at Planet Consulting in Lennox Head, and a student of engineering at Southern Cross, Daniel Hardy. So hi, everyone. Can I ask if you can each introduce yourselves in a little bit more detail than I provided and what your connection is with Southern Cross. If we can start with you, Mustafa.
Yeah, thank you very much. My name is Mustafa Akgal, and I am the course coordinator of Bachelor of Engineering System Honors.
Great.
Ben Goll, Director of Planet Consulting. We're a multidisciplinary consulting with offices in Lennox Head, Kingscliff and Nobby's Beach up on the Gold Coast. And we specialise in civil engineering, project management, along with town planning and landscape architecture.
Great.
I'm Daniel Hardy. I'm a third year mechanical engineer student.
Fantastic. Yeah. And Mustafa, so at Southern Cross, we offer civil and mechanical engineering. Can I start by asking you to explain what the differences are?
All right. Basically, civil engineers help design and build buildings and infrastructure, whereas mechanical engineers help design and create devices and machinery for individuals and community. To give an example, in a building, civil engineers basically design and build the building itself, and the mechanical engineers design the equipment in the building, such as elevators and air conditioning systems. Civil engineers basically has less collaborators, but have a little bit more bureaucratic restrictions, while mechanical engineers have a little bit more collaborators in their projects, but have less bureaucratic restrictions. And also a significant difference between two disciplines are that in civil engineering, firstly, engineers test the material, then design the thing. In mechanical engineers, on the other hand, firstly, they build the system and then test the system. For example, we never test a high-level building after designing it. That's an example of that.
And how are the engineering courses structured at Southern Cross?
Well, in here we are applying a system-based approach rather than a traditional discipline-based approach. Our aim is to train engineers with skills and confidence to design engineering structures and solve engineering problems using in multidimensional aspect. In traditional engineering design, basically students take the units and then like fundamental units. Then they build on this fundamental knowledge and start designing complex things. However, in the system approach, engineers or students basically examine engineering design problems with considering technical, environmental, and economical aspects or factors. So that's the main difference.
Great. And Daniel, can you tell us about your course and what you've enjoyed most about it?
I think probably the most interesting part is I find the physics units really cool. Just learning the way the world works, from a mechanical perspective, and I've enjoyed the group projects. We've built teams like outside of these units now, where I've got a lot of friends that we generally help each other, just learning in general because of that.
Great. And I know group projects are something that's quite integrated into the course. Could you tell us about a couple that you have done?
The first one I did was it's called a Rube Goldberg machine, and it was right when COVID hit, so we had to figure out how to do it just in our own homes, separate to each other, and we basically made a video of our parts of the machine and stitched it all together. So that was really interesting. We did a lot of research on simple machines and how we can make this complex system of things that did a really a simple thing in the end, which was popping a balloon with a dart. Yeah.
Cool.
And another one we did in my second year was more civil oriented, where we had to design a toilet system for a village in Nepal. So we had to research culturally what was appropriate, and find out what kind of materials are available, and what would work for that particular problem that we had to solve.
Awesome. And Ben, can you tell us about Planet Consulting and what the organisation does?
Yeah, sure. As I mentioned earlier, we're, I guess, a multidisciplinary consultancy, but the large majority of what we do is engineering, and civil engineering is the core of that. I guess as a tangent to that, we do project management and construction management of a lot of our projects. We work on everything from your mums and dads projects, whether it be putting in a driveway or all the way through to large-scale residential subdivisions. We do a lot of council infrastructure, sewer and waterworks, road upgrades. And obviously, off the back of what's happened in this region recently, we're now getting in and assisting the local community in doing a lot of the flood recovery works, which is rewarding to be able to, I guess, provide the skills to help rebuild the community that we're working in at the moment.
And what do you like most about being in the industry?
Look, I think the most enjoyable thing for me is I always say to our staff, if it was easy, our clients wouldn't come to us. So we really need to be, I guess, solutions focused and solving their problems. So that's the main thing for me, is really it's solving problems and working, I guess, as was mentioned before, working in teams and many minds can create that solution. So working on that, and then ultimately being able to be in the community and see the actual physical work that you've done, whether it be driving on a road that you've had responsibility in designing and getting approved and getting built, seeing works that we're doing as well. So that's really rewarding. And I've got a young family, so to be able to show them parts of the community that we're shaping in what we're doing and where we're living is great.
Fantastic. And Mustafa, what kind of careers have you seen past Southern Cross students go into?
Our graduates are currently working in different industries, from local councils to consultation companies, or in mining companies. So in the systems engineering, basically we don't have any limit because we are educating or training our engineers so that they have like a broad knowledge and understanding of the engineering design, and we are educating them so that they can be active problem solvers. So that's why the graduate of Southern Cross University they are currently working in several industries.
Great. And Ben, what are some of the characteristics that you look for in graduates that you employ?
Yeah, great question. So just to add on to that, we've currently got 3 graduates from Southern Cross Uni from this campus in our company at the moment. and they're valuable members of our team. So that's great. What do we look for? I guess obviously the qualification in engineering and the passion behind what they're doing is critical, and then also that willingness to learn. Obviously, what you learn within the campus is an imperative, I guess, stepping stone of that career. But I often say to a lot of our graduates, it's like you're doing a uni assignment every other day, and there's really no opportunity to get 55% or anything like that. You need to get 100%. So it's really challenging them and changing that. But the attitude of I guess the students that we get is critical for us as well, making sure that they want to challenge themselves and they want to build their skill set up. So that's what we look for. And like I said, we've been successful in that, in getting graduates out of this university, which is great.
Yeah, that's great. And what kind of regional job opportunities are there in civil engineering?
Heaps. So like I said, at the moment we do a lot of, I guess in previous years, there's been a lot of growth in that land development sector. So we play a lot in that area. And like I said, we do projects, I guess with the change of the world at the moment, being everything that you can now have meetings online, we have an opportunity in which we work up all the way around the country. We've got projects everywhere. And we're based out of Lennox Head, and like I said, Lennox Head, Kingscliff, and up in Nobbies, and we've got an office down in Victoria. But so there is opportunities everywhere, and like I said, it's a matter of us going out and visiting the site, and then we can do the design based anywhere. So opportunities are endless, and like I said, there's a huge push at the moment with a lot of the flood recovery work, but we do a lot of council work and local infrastructure. Local project I've been working on here for years is the upgrade to Oaks Oval. So all of that kind of playing surface and all the infrastructure that goes with that, all roads, sewer and water, and that is a constant workload that is always going to be there, regardless of what the political agendas are or the market is happening. That work demand will always be there. So that's where we play a lot. So yeah, I don't see that there is any bounds to regionally what we can and can't do, which is exciting.
Yeah, definitely. And Mustafa, what sort of facilities do students have access to?
Yes, in here we have a broad, quite a bit facilities, such as we have structural labs, we have future engineering labs, we have thermodynamics and fluid mechanics labs. Or in addition to that, we have advanced materials lab. On top of that, we have a broad variety of softwares that are commonly used in industry. So we provide all this state-of-art equipment to help students to improve their skills.
And if students know that they want to do engineering, but they're not quite sure what their focus should be, what advice would you give them? Well, actually, in your first question, I gave some example. For example, civil engineers are generally responsible for building, great designing buildings or infrastructure. On the other hand, mechanical engineers focus on the items or equipment in that building. So they can take this as a piece of advice, but at the end, it's their decision, because currently, mechanical engineers also contribute civil engineering projects. Civil engineers also contribute mechanical engineering projects. So engineering becomes a little bit more multidisciplinary. That's why we are considering the system engineering approach here, rather than that discipline-based approach. So basically, they need to consider what they want to do, what they want to design, and how they want to make difference, how to help people to make this world a better place to live. So it's okay if you're not quite sure exactly what stream you would like to go into. And Daniel, what advice would you give students who are just starting out?
I think probably the biggest thing for me was learning how I learn, so that I can maximize my study time and not waste time, because You got to put a lot of work to get good marks and to learn the stuff that we need to learn. So learning efficiently, and I'd say that's probably the biggest one.
Yeah, no, it's a good point, because everyone learns in different ways. So if you can identify that early on, yeah. And what inspires you most about the field of engineering?
I like the idea that engineers kind of keep the world going, moving forward. Maybe not so much in the foreground, but it's kind of progress wouldn't happen without engineers. So I like being a part of that, and just find it really interesting, just the way the world works. Just contributing to that.
What about the two of you? What inspires you most about the field?
I think I touched on it earlier. I think for me, it's really, and a bit what Daniel said, is we're really shaping the future and how the areas that we live and play in. So building that infrastructure, being involved in those kind of key projects, and physically being able to see it and utilise and I guess have benefit from that hard work. It does take a lot of time, and it is challenging, but it's definitely rewarding, and that's what I find being a real bonus out of what we do.
What about yourself, Mustafa?
Well, I like solving problems. I like helping community, designing things, and also educating students. I think the lifetime learning, that also excites me, because as Ben said, if you want to be an engineer, you need to always improve yourself. You need to learn. You need to be open for learning. So that's a hunger to, the knowledge, hunger to learn, actually quite exciting, and that really excites me.
Great. And is there anything else you think is important for future students to know? Anyone on the panel? If we've covered it all, it's all good.
Basically in here in Southern Cross University in 2023, we are going to start a new curriculum. Just I would like to give some information about that. So what happens is, basically, as I said, we're gonna adopt a system-based approach. Also, we're gonna give some opportunities for the students. For example, after first year, if they want to drop or just give a break, they can get a graduate diploma. After second year, if they want to continue, they can get an associate degree. And if they say, I want to go outside, work a couple of years and get some experience, and after that they can come back and keep their degree and complete their bachelor degrees. This seamless basically path, really a very good opportunity for students. And we will also start a master's degree in 2023 in Gold Coast. Also, for Bachelor of Engineering, we're gonna start offering this degree in Gold Coast next year. So this is a very good opportunity if you want to study in Gold Coast. So we will be very happy to train new generation of engineers, and we will looking forward to see you in our school.
Fantastic.
And I guess I'd also like to add into that. I think that flexibility that you're providing is critical from an industry based. We get a lot of benefit out of students that actually have a bit of exposure to the work life as well as the study life. And we see that the growth of those students is exponential through that, because they can actually then see and relate to what they're learning in a textbook to what they're actually doing in a job environment. So with that flexibility, I think that is great. So my advice to any potential future students would always be, if you can, and if you have some spare time, reach out and see if you can get some practical work experience while you're going through you're going to earn some money, which also helps, and but then get a lot of critical experience for your career. And it also will help you identify areas that you are passionate about and that you want to focus in. So even when we spoke about civil engineering, there's so many different facets of civil engineering in itself that you can specialise in. So so just getting that exposure, I think, is critical.
Fantastic.
I would just say prepare to be stretched and challenged constantly, and learn to embrace that.
Yeah, I think it's great advice. Do we have any questions from anyone here in the audience?
I just want to ask about, or like, I don't know if anyone would be able to like give me some information about this, but mechanical engineering job opportunities in the area.
Yeah, definitely.
Sure.
Yeah.
Basically, mechanical engineering jobs in this area can be, not area means like within like a couple of 100 kilometers, can be mining industry. Also in large scale civil companies, they have like a maintenance groups so that they look after the machineries they have. Also in different manufacturing plants. So these type of opportunities are available, as well as that Australia now has a good defense industry. So if you want to work in the defense industry, mechanical engineers always find job opportunities in there.
Great.
Yeah, and I'll concur with that. In my company personally, we don't have mechanical engineers, but when we have projects where we need a mechanical engineer, we often use a lot of companies based around in the Gold Coast precinct. So they come on board and assist us with our projects. So as we talk about regionally, there's definitely existing companies out there. And I know, speaking from my perspective, I know everyone's in the same, there is a definite skills shortage. So at this present time, so gone are the days when a lot of people would finish a degree and struggle to get a job. So those days are different. So
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Well, thank you so much to the three of you for sharing your insights about Southern Cross and the industry. And thank you to everyone who joined our panel today. If anyone has any further questions, would like to apply and have support around that, or just have a one-on-one chat with anyone, please head down to the plaza. You've got the student hub through the glass doors, or the information tent at the front there as you're walking out. We also have campus tours running every 20 minutes from the plaza, so I really encourage you to join one of those. And we also have other panels running throughout the day. One of them is a Get to Know SCU, which is a general overview. So would love you to stick around for that. But otherwise, thank you so much for coming.